Okay, good morning, class. Today we have speed building and we have tests only, sorry. Please be sure to access your speed building. It'll be in a file by itself before the tests. And once you're warmed up, then you can go ahead and listen to your test, okay? So you have proper names on your 120 Q&A. Number 1, Norwegian Elk Hound, Dong, Australian Sheepdog, Humane Society, Mr. Ling, and Bill. And it's called Dog Attacks Man on Bicycle, 120, number 1 test for 5 minutes, you all. In September, did you have any pets in your household?
Yes, I have a large dog, a Norwegian Elk Hound. And then we have another dog that we had just acquired. My daughter had acquired him at the pound by the name of Dong. And in the month of September, I would say he was, give or take, approximately 9 months old. Then we have another household pets, such as birds and rats and what have you.
Could you describe Dong to me, giving me his approximate height, weight, color, breed, sex?
He was rumored to be an Australian sheepdog. Coloring primarily black with brown spots. Size, I would say approximately in the neighborhood of 30 pounds. And in September, as I say, he was, as best as I can recollect, possibly 8 to 9 months old.
Male or female?
Male.
I presume he was a domestic animal?
Yes.
Was he licensed?
No, not that at that time.
How long before September had you picked him up from the pound?
I believe he was acquired, the dog, when he was approximately 2 months old.
So you had him for approximately 7 months?
Yes.
Did he undergo any type of obedience training?
No.
At that time?
Not at all.
Did you attempt to train him for any type of obedience work, such as hunting or
no
retrieving?
No, I was having a hard time trying to housebreak him.
Tell me, why did you get the dog?
Well, I have a daughter that's fond of animals, and on her days off or when she is available, she goes down to the pound and she feels sorry for the dogs. So her mother and my daughter talked me into adopting the dog.
Was that dog ever licensed?
No.
He never became licensed?
No.
Did he ever wear any type of dog tag?
Yes. He wore a dog tag with an identification plate on it.
What did the identification plate say?
It just gave his name and my name and address and phone number, I believe.
After you purchased that dog, did he ever go to the vet for any sickness or injury?
Yes. When you purchase a dog from the Humane Society, there are certain obligations that you have, and you pay for them at the time. One of them is to go and get his rabies shot and examination. And we do have, of course, as I said, another large dog. So we do have a veterinarian that tends to our animals.
So the dog had been to a vet sometime while you owned it?
Yes, I believe he had been there several times.
And were you charged by the vet for these visits?
Yes. You are charged with the exception of the initial rabies shot. I believe that goes into the package that you pay for at the Humane Society.
Did you pay these charges to the vet?
Yes.
You personally?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the facts, or at least the situation of Mr. Ling's accident on September 1, 1986?
Yes. The information that Mr. Ling gave me over a period of several weeks that I had conversations with him, plus all the information I have read in the depositions.
When did you first learn of Mr. Ling's accident?
On the night of the 21st of September, early in the evening, I'd say between 5 and 6 o'clock.
How did you learn about it?
My neighbor came to the house and said, "Bill," he said, "I think your dog was knocked Mr. Ling off his bicycle." And I immediately...
Okay, and then we have your test number 2120, Mrs. Carew, South Street, Astrology, Astronomy, Salem, Massachusetts, and Puritans. And this will be 120 Q&A number 2, and it starts in the middle for 5 minutes. Mrs. Carew, where do you live?
I have a little room over my tea shop.
What is the address?
Number 54 South Street.
And you operate the tea shop on the first floor?
Yes.
What do you do or sell in the tea shop?
Just tea and cookies.
Is that all?
Yes, of course.
You have no other activities or forms of income at that location?
No.
Mrs. Carew, do you not also read tea leaves?
Read tea leaves?
You know what I mean.
Well, only once in a while for fun.
For fun?
People like it. It helps business.
Isn't there a science to reading tea leaves?
Some people believe so.
Do you?
That's my business.
How about palms?
What?
Do you practice palmistry? Read palms?
Of course not. That's illegal.
How about cards? Do you tell fortunes with cards?
Certainly not.
Mrs. Carew, what is astrology?
Astrology?
Yes, astrology.
It's the study of the stars.
The stars? I thought the study of the stars was astronomy.
Well, I guess so.
What is astrology?
How the stars influence your life.
Influence your life?
Yes.
How do the stars influence your life?
Well, according to the exact time and place of your birth, I don't really know.
Very well. Mrs. Carew, where were you born?
In Salem.
In Salem. That's Massachusetts.
Yes.
Salem is an interesting old town, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Nothing, simply that Salem is a very old community. As a matter of fact, it was one of the early settlements in the history of our country, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Didn't the Puritans found Salem?
I guess so.
They were pretty superstitious in those days, weren't they?
What do you mean?
Well, they believed in witches and so forth.
I don't know.
You don't know. I understood that your great whatever grandmother was accused of being a witch and burned at the stake.
Well, I just tell that story.
You also tell people that you come from a family of witches. In fact, that you yourself are a witch. Isn't that true?
Well,
Isn't that true?
Well, yes,
That's all I wanted to know. Now, Mrs. Carew, tell us what black magic is.
Black magic?
Yes, black magic.
I'm not sure.
Isn't it an evil power? That is, an ability to harm people through the use of spells and incantations.
I don't know anything about that.
Very well, Mrs. Carew. Tell us, are you superstitious?
Everybody is.
But my question is, are you?
I guess so.
Do you believe that certain people have special powers? Powers to influence us, affect us?
How do you mean?
By special powers, powers of the mind and special knowledge.
Well, we all influence each other.
But I mean special ways of influencing people, controlling them.
Some people are more influential than others in affecting others.
Isn't this because certain people have special knowledge, special powers?
Perhaps.
Don't you feel that you have special powers, Mrs. Carew?
I know certain things.
What sort of things, Mrs. Carew?
Never you mind. I just know, that's all.
In fact, you use this knowledge to control people, don't you?
I haven't done anything wrong. Why are you accusing me?
You have told a number of people that you are a witch, Mrs. Carew. Why are you afraid to admit it?
I'm not afraid, but you had better watch out. I can...
What can you do?
Never mind, but you better stop picking on me. If you aren't careful, you'll be in trouble.
What kind of trouble?
We should have done this one last week on
I
Halloween.
know, right? Okay, you also will get ready for your 100s. Yeah, it's been a while since we've had that one. I remember like when I first started,
I never remember that one.
Yeah, when I first started, it was one of them that we would read a lot 12 years ago.
Yeah, this one was like 2014 or something.
Yeah. Okay, for number 100, you have Mr. Herman, Don's Grill, August 4, Mr. Cox Grill, Route 59, Jewel Food Store. And this starts at the middle. This will be 100, number 1, for 5 minutes, you all. Now, Mr. Herman, you never spoke to me about this case in your life, did you?
No, sir, I did not.
And you were subpoenaed to come to court today.
That's right.
Were you a passenger on this bus?
Yes, sir.
Nothing happened to you, did it?
No, sir.
Now, you said this man was sitting down in the bus. Is that right?
That's right.
And after the bus had gone a few feet from the bus stop, was that when he got up?
No, he got up after the bus crossed the intersection.
All right. When the bus was moving, he was sitting down, wasn't he?
That's right.
And then as the bus was still moving, he got up out of his seat.
That's right.
And it was when he got up out of his seat that you say he fell. Is that right?
That's right.
Mr. Herman, will you keep your voice up so the jurors can hear you?
Yes, sir, I will.
Can you tell us, did you leave Don's Grill the morning of August 4 with Mr. Cox?
Yes, I left in my own car.
Can you tell us where you proceeded from the grill?
To his house.
As you proceeded to his house, did you continue to remain in your own vehicle?
That's right.
All the way to the place where the accident happened, or did you at some time leave your car?
I left my car. I was stopped.
All right. Where were you stopped, Mr. Herman?
On Route 59 at the Jewel Food Store.
Who stopped you?
A police officer.
For what reason?
He wanted to see my license.
This was back in 1986, was it?
That's right.
How old were you at that time?
I was 19.
Where did you go from the Jewel food store?
I went to the police station.
How long were you at the police station approximately?
About an hour and a half.
When did the police come to your home?
When?
Yes.
I can't say when because I don't remember.
Was it the following day?
I don't believe so.
Was it 2 days later?
I don't know. I was trying to forget about the whole thing myself.
You were trying to forget about the whole thing.
Yes, everything that I heard or saw.
Do you know why the police came to your house?
Yes.
Why did they pick your house out?
Well, they were looking for the person who was involved in what happened.
Now, is it true that you and your brother have read about a reward in this case?
No, that's not true.
That is not true?
No, sir. I had heard about a reward, but I didn't read about it.
When did you first hear about a reward in this case?
I don't really recall that.
Do you deny to these ladies and gentlemen of the jury that it was after you heard about a reward in this case that you and then we have your second 100, you have Social Security Jazz Fest. And this will be 100 number 2 for 5 minutes. Starts in the middle, you all. Have you ever gone by any other name?
No, I never have.
Have you ever been convicted of any felony?
No, I have not.
Have you ever made a claim for Social Security?
No, sir.
Have you ever been treated for some sort of drug problem or alcohol abuse?
No.
Have you ever had some sort of psychological treatment where you've had to see someone?
Yes, I have.
Is this something other than when you were separated? Did it have to do with marital problems?
It was about family.
How long ago was that?
I think it was early 94.
Was it before the accident that we're here for?
I don't recall. I'm sorry.
Was that treatment with a doctor?
No, it was a therapist.
Have you sought any medical help or treatment from a therapist for this accident?
No, I have not.
What you have here is a lawsuit where your attorney has filed papers in court. Have you previously filed any other lawsuits before?
No lawsuits.
Have you ever made any claims previously? What I mean by claim is when you want someone to pay an indebtedness where you seek to have someone pay a medical bill or pay some property damage or in some way repay you for some expense for some accident. But you've not had to initiate a lawsuit. You've been able to either settle it with a phone call or several phone calls or letters with or without an attorney. Have you ever made any claims for injuries before?
No, I don't believe I've had that happen.
Have you ever had any accidents in the last 5 years where you were injured other than the one we're present for today? And I'm talking regardless of whether you presented a claim or lawsuit, just where you were injured.
In the preceding 5 years, no.
What about 10 years?
Correct.
What happened within 10 years?
I slipped at a position that I had in 85 down a wooden slope in the back door and landed on my bottom.
You sought medical attention regarding that?
Correct, I did.
Did you enter a workers' comp claim?
No, I certainly didn't.
Did you miss work for that one?
I don't remember.
How long did you treat with a physician?
I don't remember.
What area of your body was injured?
It was mostly my neck.
There was no claim presented for that?
No.
What about any other accidents?
Not that I remember.
What position was that? Where were you working?
That was with the school board.
Since the occurrence of this accident on May 1, 94, have you since been involved in any others?
No. No others.
No auto accidents?
No, sir.
Slip and falls in the home? Kitchen falls? Anything like that?
No. The only injury I can think of is with this ankle, twisting it.
At the Jazz Fest?
No. Since then, because of the condition of it, but no accidents.
You've re-injured your... Okay, well, and that concludes your test for today. Hopefully you got one of those, okay? Good luck, you all.